YouTube, it's me, Jen, your Pudgy Picker. So I'm here with week 13 and 14 since I was sort of away for vacation. If you saw the video, you know. So not good news this week. And I know the reasons why. And I think knowing that is good because a lot of times you can do all the right things and you're like, this isn't working. Why is it not working? Why I'm doing what I should. So this is going to be a little shocking. See, this is about how far along I usually get when I try to lose weight. And then I hit this issue and then I'm like, forget it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm here. I'm being accountable. I'm talking to you. It's not good news. Let's just be honest. So this is my weigh-in. This is for week 13 and 14, which covers date 10-2 to 10-15. So my starting weight, the last time I weighed in 2 weeks ago was 232.8. My ending weight is 243. Now, that's a gain of 10.2 pounds. Now, I know in the large scheme of things, a lot of that is water. And I'm retaining fluid. And when you eat well and then you don't eat well, you get that initial pile on. And that's what this is. And I know I will be able to take this off in the next 2 weeks. But that being said, it's not just that I'm like, oh, I'm not doing well. Oh, that's fine. I'll keep going. I'll be fine, which is true, but it's hard to explain. Then the weeks that I didn't do well, that's 2 weeks. It's going to take me 2 weeks probably to get back to where I need to be and where I was. And that's a month of wasted time. So this is how my brain files that information. Does that make sense to you? So, this is about, I've been doing what? July, August, September, like 3.5 months. And this is about, like I said, the time I get where I'm just like, I don't just go off the edge of the road. I go off the edge of the road and then I go down the embankment and then I go all the way down, so I don't know. I have to look at it as, I just put the lid on this and listen. Do you hear it? It's screaming. It's saying, drink your water. So, tallying that back into my overall weight, starting from July 1st was 264.4, making my total gain or total loss so far overall 21.4. Remember I hit that 30? I was like, yeah! And then what do? I just off into the ditch. So, as far as the dose that I took last week, it was 0.4. I almost felt no effect of the medicine. Good or bad, I didn't feel the effect of the medicine. So I think that's part of it. I've been eating more than I should, but not like really bad stuff. Except yesterday was me and my husband's 35th wedding anniversary. And I occasionally treat myself, and this was one of those times. So let me see. Let me put my glasses on so I can read my own writing. There, I can see. So I didn't eat well starting on our vacation. I had plans to eat well on my vacation, but my vacation was literally less than 48 hours. We went down to Florida. The hurricane was leaving. The other one was genning up, the Milton. So we left on a Sunday, got there Sunday night, spent the night. Monday morning, we were like, we need to leave. That whole day, we stopped for one meal in Orlando, but we literally drove almost all day to get to St. Petersburg. Traffic was nuts. So we got all the way up there so that we spent the night, and then we flew out 8 a.m. the next morning to get home. So to say that I was not eating where I should have been with all this weird stuff going on, absolutely. So it's not an excuse, but it's a reason. So last night I had steak, lobster, I had calamari, I had cheesecake, and a little piece of baklava. So I know that the day before I weigh in, I know that's a contributing factor as well. Side effects, none, as I was just saying, none. I didn't feel the meds working. I had a lot more food noise. So that being said, last dose was 0.4 last week. I'm going to 0.5 today. I've been trying to do my shot later in the day just because I know the first like 12, 14 hours, it's so I usually will take this shot after dinner or before I go to bed and sleep through a certain amount of those. I know a couple other people that do that as well. So walking. I was walking a lot, especially on vacation. When I go on vacation, when my husband goes on vacation, we're together. He has a lot of health issues. When we get there, he needs help to get to the gate. And he usually just does transport there. So that being said, if we got to the airport to go, we went through security together, and then they were gonna, take him down in the cart down to our gate. And right there was a coffee place. I told him, I said, you go, I know what gate we're going to. I will grab your coffee and I'll grab a drink or something for me, and I will walk down. So I always do that. So I hoof it. I walked it. And then when I get down there, depending on how much time I have, I go to the bathroom, I'll walk down, I'll walk through the gift shops. I keep moving until we actually get on the plane. And going down to Florida, it's like a little over 2 hour, close to 2.5, depending on, how well the wind is. So it's not like it's a super long. If I'm going further, then I definitely want to keep walking and stuff before I get on the plane, because I know I'm going to be sitting a while. And then when I get off the plane, I said, I'll go to baggage check. This is where we'll meet. I'll walk. So I did a lot of that. I did a lot of walking that time. So I was walking a lot, but it wasn't formally, okay, 30 minutes, I'm exercising. I had planned on using the workout, equipment that was at the 2 different hotels we were going to be at. Didn't get that far. It was very nerve-wracking. The first night we ordered into the hotel. I ordered things I should have. I was fine. It was a more healthy place we ordered from. It's called like Good Eats, or I guess there's a lot of them around because I was looking up their calories and stuff before we ordered. So that meal was okay. The wind was really picking up, and that's when all the nerves and stuff started. And yeah, so I wasn't eating what I should. I was eating more of what I should have, but more than what I should have at a time. Walking was good. My mood was okay other than that nerve-wracking time. But overall, it's been good. I know I was going to have a gain today. I didn't think it would be what it was, but I knew with me not eating on track and then having, such an elaborate meal last night, that it was going to go up. But my commitment to what I'm doing is still there. I'm still pushing forward. This is the part in the journey when you hit this you have a gain, you don't do so well, and then it's a mental thing where you're like, just forget the whole thing. I'll just do what I want. Why do I work so hard? It's all going to come back on. That's the catalyst to make a bad meal, a bad day, a bad week end up being the end of the journey, and that's not what we're gonna do. So I've been watching, planning out what I'm gonna eat today. I have my I have my food journal, and I have my food thing, or, I keep my weight and my doctor's appointments and all that stuff. I do have another, it is a challenge. Next week, I'm going to be going on vacation, like a small vacation with my daughter. We're going to be gone like 4 or 5 days. We're not going that far away, but we're going to be in a place that has a kitchen. Where we're staying is an Airbnb. So we talked about her eating, because my daughter's she's doing well with her health too. So we've been talking about what's our strategy for when we're down there on vacation. And I'm like, well, we have a kitchen. I want to get drinks. I want to get snacks, like healthy, fruit and other things like that, but not a lot, just a little. And then have breakfast there. So I'm probably going to take my Ninja blender and do my shakes in the morning, and then have something like light for lunch if we're out, and then having dinner, or having my shake, having an earlier dinner, and then be back at the place, have some fruit, whatever, and then that be like an evening snack or the additional meal. So I told her that. We were talking about it. She's like, yeah, that sounds good. So I know when we go down, in fact, I go grocery shopping the end of this week. So I know I'll get like a case of water and some of the other stuff I'm allowed to have. And it's nice knowing that you have a fridge and everything you need. I am going to need to take one of my dose for my shot down with me, because we'll have left no, we're leaving on a Tuesday, but I'm leaving really early on a Tuesday, and that's my shot day. So I think I'll take it, and once we get settled before I go to bed, take the shot. So that's fine. That'll work great. I am going to try and do some footage while we're down there. I'm not a vlogging channel. I know that this is more of weight loss. My channel is usually focused mainly on reselling. I do a little bit of vlog and, hey, I'm going here. But when I go somewhere and it's with my family and it's quality time, my priority is spending time with them. And one of the last thoughts I have is, let me pick up the camera and do all this footage. So I say a lot of times, oh, I'm going to try to get some footage. And then if I don't, I was enjoying my family. I was enjoying who was there. I didn't want to see everything I experienced through the lens of a camera. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'll try and get a little. I also will probably at least show you the container when I'm down there. The container it comes in is basically like one of these thermal containers with a lid with no hole in it. And they're smaller, and then they have some plastic tubes that you freeze. That's how your medicine is shipped to me, in the tube, in a box, so that I can throw a tube, I can put my syringe in there, I can put my medicine, put one of the freezy tubes, close up the top, and it'll be fine when I get down there. I'm only gonna, I'm taking the vials, so I will need to refreeze that tube for the trip back. It's fine, it's good, I think it's going to work. Should be good. So again, you have a disappointing week. This is only the second gain I've had on this journey since July. The other one was quite small. So again, I don't know. It's like, well, why do you think you gained? Well, it was these reasons. And then it's like, well, that sounds like an excuse. So it's, again, in losing weight and thinking about this and ruminating about, why I did this, and I'm not going to be so hard on myself that I give up, but I have to tell myself to be accountable, but I want to show myself some kindness like I would if somebody else said, oh my God, I had 2 weeks and I gained 10 pounds. I wouldn't be like, well, that sucks. You're really a lazy, you're really a lazy person. No, you're like, you got this, put that behind you, work forward. That's all you can do. I know also, I think something that's contributing to me eating, especially late in the evenings, is my sleep has been crap. And when I first started this journey, I was kind of in a groove of going to bed at a certain time, getting up at a certain time. I mean, it was my sleep was kind of regulating, and I was like, yay! But I don't know what it is. But I mean, like last night, I wasn't ready to go to bed until it was like 1:30 a.m. And it's like, this is stupid. You're not 16. You can't stay up late anymore and not have any repercussions. So yeah, so my goals for this week, that's something I should add onto this paper that I keep track of everything. Goals for the upcoming week is to try and regulate my sleep. Of course, eat, write everything down, focus in on that, get my movement in. I don't see any, I see the doctor that actually prescribes the shot, I see him at the end of October 30th. And then I see I talk to my nutritionist the first day of November, which is a Friday. So yeah, so again, I'm accountable to myself first of all. I'm accountable to here. I'm talking about it. I want that accountability of having to come on here, whether I've had a gain or I've lost. A weight loss journey, it's all, bells and whistles and everything's great when you're losing, but I don't want to just like, oh, this is such a bad number. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just going to kind of duck my head and maybe I won't do a video this week, that kind of thing. And I was like, nope, not going to do that. I'm going to, talk on here. I'm going to meet it head on, and I'm going to, reframe my brain on how I should be dealing with this, and I'm going to deal with it. So there we are. So this week, get my movement in, get my sleep regulated somehow, and I hope that will definitely help. Again, going up to 0.5 from 0.4. We'll see how that goes. I was hoping to see how the 0.5 will be this week. Hopefully I won't have too many side effects, because next week when I take it, I don't want to be side effects to the point where I can't enjoy that time, and it's not like enjoy that time where I can go and stuff my face. No, it's where I can enjoy that time and spend that time. We're talking about going to the zoo there and a couple other things. So I want to feel good enough to go out and do and enjoy that time with her, because, that's what it's all about. So yeah, so that's what this next week looks like. I am glad that you tuned in. Please don't beat me up too bad in the comments. You know what? And like I've said on my channel, I don't get too many nasty comments. I get a few negative comments. And if somebody's like, well, you should have this or that. Okay. That's not a nasty comment. I totally get it. And if you're critical of me, you're not going to say anything I haven't already said to myself. So that's fine. But any mean, nasty comments, goodbye. I try and keep this channel as positive as possible. And what I need right now is encouragement. I need to encourage myself. I'm not saying you need to encourage me. Does that make sense? I know a lot of people who do weight loss journeys on this platform. It can get messy, and I'm not going to be messy. That's just not how it is. So again, thank you for tuning in and spending 18 minutes and 40 seconds with me listening to me talk. Better report next week. We're going to make this. We're going to do it. We're going to figure it out. I will be away. I will weigh myself early in the morning before I leave. So at least I'll have that. So I won't get down there and I don't have a scale. What am I going to do? So I'll be able to do that. And then when I get down there, then I'll actually do the recording of the video for next week. So I'll be in a different setting. You'll have a different backdrop. So again, thank you. I will see you guys next time, and I'll see you then. Bye.